So what's going on, y'all? It's Novoy Vincent, repping Novoy Vincent Fitness. We're back again today with another YouTube video. And the topic of today is going to be understanding people's true intentions. And I don't know why I said it like that, but guys, this topic comes from basically one of my favorite stories from the Bible. It's Samson and Delilah. Now, guys, this story is about Samson. He was from the Philistines, and I think they were in Israel at the time. No, he wasn't from the Philistines. I think he was an Israeli. And basically, at the time, they were being oppressed by the Philistines. And Samson was God's chosen warrior. And, you know, in battle, he was that dude. He had a hella KD ratio, so to say. He was getting all the nukes and the chopper gunners and the AC-130s. But I say all of that because he had a weakness. It was Philistine women. He really liked that Philistine cooch. And they were trying to figure out, okay, how can we figure out what this dude's power comes from? Where is the source of his strength? So what the Philistines did, they sent a beautiful woman to him, Delilah. And her job was to basically seduce him, to make him fall in love, and eventually they got married. So after they got married, she just kept pestering him constantly. Hey, Samson, where does the source of your power come from? But he wouldn't budge, and then eventually she got it out of him, put some coochie on him, and then with the pillow talk, eventually he says, the source of my power actually comes from my hair, because Samson had a really long, I think it was like dark hair. So then what happens is, the Philistines one night, they send soldiers when he's asleep. They pull up to him at the crib, and then what they do is they cut all his hair off and actually gouge his eyes out and take him as a slave. So then eventually, in secret, Samson was able to grow a bit of his hair back, and at whatever Colosseum that they was holding him at, he actually destroyed the whole Colosseum. He ends up losing he unalives himself, and then also unalives the Philistine leaders, and eventually the Israelites were free from the Philistines. So basically, this whole story, the synopsis of the story is, you got to watch them peoples. You need to understand why are certain people trying to come around you and at a certain time. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to sit here and say be some old cynical, crazy, very cautious, always worried about what people are up to. But what I'm saying is, guys, you need to use discernment. People are going to come around you sometimes in your life, because you have something that they want and they want to get something out of you. Now, let's say you win the lottery tomorrow and you see in your DMs, it's a bunch of your uncles messaging you talking about, what's up, nephew? I was watching an interview with Charles Barkley, and he was talking about as soon as he went to the NBA, man, he had so many people from his family hitting him up with these sob stories asking for money. Now, guys, obviously, if he wasn't in the NBA, they wouldn't be reaching out to him like this. And you need to understand people's true intentions. Most of these people probably didn't even have money problems. They were more than likely just trying to finesse a bag out of this dude. And Charles Barkley said the way that he would get around this, he would say, why are you asking me now when you're already in deep financial trouble? You should have asked me months ago. And usually people would get mad, or people in his family would get mad, and then usually they kind of let it go. But guys, this is the thing. Some of you guys on this self-improvement journey, you're going to realize one or two things. It's either people around you are going to hate on you, or what's even worse and what's kind of more sneaky, they're going to see you as a way that they can come up. And you got to be really careful about this. And this can be even with the women too, guys. If you're one of these dudes, now obviously with the self-improvement, I'm over here, I'm always trying to promote that you guys get in that gym. But let's say you're one of these dudes that's not really in that gym and women was never choosing on you. But then let's say you get into one of these little IT jobs, or you're a scientist. Now all of a sudden certain women are choosing up on you. Guys, they're looking for a little simp to finesse a bag out of, or get married, and now they get divorced from you. They can finesse that bag out of you. You need to be careful, man. Like, yeah, the movies tell you that, wow, the good guy wins in the end. Guys, there's some people out there that's really sick. Like, they have very devious motives for what they want out of you, and you got to have that discernment to pay attention. You need to understand, you got to watch them peoples. There's people around there that they're really on some fuckery, and the world isn't as black as isn't so black and white in the sense where, yeah, you can always tell when someone has very nefarious intentions for you. And I've seen this personally with myself in my life. Guys, there are certain people that came around me that were asking me certain questions about my online coaching business. And I'm like, bro, you're you know, they're German. Like, you're a native to this land. How come you can't get something popping? Why are you asking me these questions? I started my business in the beginning with nothing. Well, how come you can't do it yourself? Low key, they're trying to size you up and trying to figure certain things out. I'll just kind of play dumb or just say someone else did it for me, or in that instance, because at the end of the day, they see the hard work that you put in, and they're low key just trying to figure out a little quick fix or the sneak around to get to it. Same with bodybuilding, because I work as an online coach. If you message me asking me certain things about weightlifting, I'm more than likely not gonna answer, unless we like grew up together. There's a few people that'll message me and ask me certain stuff. I have no problem answering, because like, bro, I remember us in the trenches getting some chains together to get a honey bun, you know, or a pack of honey buns. I'm not gonna sit and turn my back on you completely now. But I say all this because, guys, it's really important that you, when you're really starting to level up, you need to understand who's around you that's just legitimately on your team versus people that's low-key trying to get something out of you. You got to really pay attention, and like I said before, man, you got to watch them peoples. You look at our good brother Samson, this dude let some coochie be the downfall of him, and that's something in history that's happened quite a bit, man. That's happened quite a bit in history, where some dude ended up losing everything because he didn't have that discernment. And you need to have that discernment as well. There's gonna be people coming around you asking for stuff, or they got all these sob stories. Man, I ain't trying to hear it. If you wasn't with me when I ain't have nothing, you ain't not gonna be with me when I got something. So that's all I got to say today, guys. We're gonna keep it kind of short and sweet. Make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and as we always say here, make sure to control the negative, focus on the positive. It's your boy Navoy, repping Navoy Vincent Fitness. I'm out.